You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Miriam and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Eastbound and Down After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Eastbound and Down After Show.
Bing is for doing, and we are doing another AFTERBUZZ for Eastbound and Down, Chapter 15, Season 3. And I'm JC Rubio, and joined by my lovely co-host once again, my April and my Vita, otherwise known as Kellie O and Miriam G. Give it up for them, ladies.
What up, kids?
Oh.
Thank you.
And of course, the man we don't see, the muscle on the couch, we call him Hank the Muscle. You'll see him one of these days. But first off, guys, we have to talk about a baby rejecting Pepsi, the return of Ashley Schaeffer,
Yes.
and Kenny being a daddy. But first off, Miriam, let's start off with a little bit of a recap. Let's catch our viewers on what they missed last week.
So last week we got to the flying mullet is back. You know, for season 3, chapter 14 was the first episode last week, and we found that Kenny Powers had a 1-year-old baby, and that
how'd that happen?
Oh, you know, making love, making magic. It's so funny because one of my favorite quotes from him last week was, "I need you to leave so I can finish this climactic evening." So you know he's back. It's the 3rd season of Eastbound and Down. Either it's 3rd time's a charm or 3 strikes you're out. Either way, Kenny Powers is back playing ball, and he is playing for the Mermans in Myrtle Beach. And when we last left him last week, April left him.
She took a little page out of Kenny, I'm saying. She kind of shunned the responsibility, and now Kenny has the choice to either put up or shut up, or man up.
Yeah.
Be a dad. What do you think, Kellie? Was he going to do it?
Well, I like in this episode how, you know, he tried a couple different ways to kind of get rid of the baby and couldn't do it.
I'm drinking
But
some.
I think my favorite baby carrier
Hank,
was
be quiet.
the backpack with the punched holes so he could breathe.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, or the bed of lettuce.
I tried to feed him. I'm trying to get him to eat this lettuce.
Oh my gosh. Hey, but he's trying. I'm seeing something beautiful about Kenny. He's not going to get it right necessarily. It's not textbook, but it works for Kenny and Toby. I'm serious. Come on.
The poor child. They opened the show.
I put a baby in a backpack. Shoot, is that wrong?
I like it with duct tape trying to change a diaper. He doesn't have diapers.
No,
He's got like a towel and some duct tape.
On that, before he even gets to the point of like trying to change the diaper, they open the show with the baby sitting on newspaper like it's a freaking puppy. He's
What's
still wearing
what's
a
wrong with
diaper,
that?
but he's sitting on paper like, you know, here, go pee here.
He doesn't know. I mean, come on. One of his lines, April didn't even teach him English. I mean, didn't teach him how to speak.
Didn't teach him how to speak. He would say what's up, but April didn't teach him how to speak yet.
Yeah, come on. I mean, you can't fault him. That's Kenny's world.
What about the car seat? He was trying to put the car seat on the back of the bike with, what do you call those?
Those bungee cords.
Bungee cords.
And the bungee cord snaps as he's about to take off. Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
You know, the kid would go flying into the middle of the freeway.
Would it really? Would that be bad?
That would be no bueno.
No bueno for sure.
So,
No.
Kenny's gonna teach so many. You know what? I see Kenny's character teaching men across America on how to be a dad.
Oh.
That'll be chapter 16.
There we go. The book is writing itself.
Yeah, it could be for sure. It's just crazy. I like that. He said that the baby has poop running down his cellulite.
Yeah, he's got diarrhea running down his cellulite.
Poor thing. That poor kid is going to be traumatized. If he has any, it's like if they were doing home videos of him, the kid would be like, did my dad really put me in a backpack?
Well, he even said to himself, "Hand me my child. I have a life to ruin."
So he knows okay, that's interesting you brought that up. Because the fact that he said I have a life to ruin, so he's aware that he's not very good at something.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, he definitely is aware. He has no idea. When he busts into his brother's house and he's like, "Dustin's family, we need your immediate attentions."
Always when I'm drinking, you gotta give me a kick-ass line.
And I like that he, immediately he's like, this baby is like crazy hungry and I have no idea how to facilitate that.
Oh no, the fact that he ordered a pizza, he wanted it half with pesto and half Hawaiian. It's like, that's not baby food, dude. But he did, I have to give him credit. When he had to change the diaper the first time, he went MacGyver.
He did.
He pulled out the tape, scissors, like, I'm going to make this.
He made it happen.
He made it. See, it worked. See? But the only unfortunate part was he didn't know how many times a baby takes a dump. So he's like, how many times? Yeah.
Changed him this morning. How many times are you supposed to?
And then Dustin's family's wife decides to get the baby and just, let me get him for you.
But did you notice that she's changing the baby's diaper on the table next to food?
I didn't catch
thought that was pretty nasty.
Ooh.
Like there's like a dish of something. Ew.
Poop and pasta.
That's pretty much what it was. It's just like the baby's on the table and it's like there's food sitting next to him.
Redneck pasta. There you go. There you have it. That's the recipe for redneck pasta. Now, with Kenny, let's go back to that. He's always thought he does everything right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So now he's got to man up and.
But he said he's going to
admit.
ruin this baby's. Yeah, so the fact that he said that's interesting that he actually faced up that he's actually not good at one thing.
Yeah, no, he definitely admitted it. He told his brother, will you raise this child as your own? And before you answer, think about the well-being of this child.
So wouldn't that be growth?
I'll
by
give
Kenny?
you $25 a week.
That'll take care of his baby, what do you say, panty liners?
I'm telling you, he's going to be a preacher at the end of this. He's going to be like he's going to be like the dad of the year, person of the year. He's going to run for like office at the end of this whole.
That is a scary thought.
I'm calling it right now. You see it right now. I'm
Kenny
calling it.
Powers, the politician.
Oh no.
He's going to be the Superman. But now, anything else stood out with Kenny and the baby? Let's see. I'm trying to think with Shane.
Well, he went to go get the truck because obviously he couldn't ride around town with the baby on a bike. So that was a kind of a little bit of a growth thing. At least he knew better than that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still didn't go back and get the car seat. But hey, he put a seatbelt on the baby, right?
See,
Same thing.
I'm making you guys make the point for me that Kenny Powers is going to be the best dad in the world.
He's taking baby steps. But at least he's taking steps.
All right. Now, one thing about the baby, don't you think the baby today, this one day of his life, he saw more today in one day than he's ever seen his whole life, and he probably will ever see unless he keeps hanging out with his dad, with Kenny.
True. That's
yeah.
true. And I think also the whole like biblical reference that they did about him putting the baby in a basket on a float down the river. Here, child, go have a better life than I can afford you.
So you'll have to school me on that one, okay? Because I heard you guys hear that. Oh my God, it's Moses. I'm like, what? I had no idea. I was like, that's awesome.
Yes. I mean, it's really interesting. You know what? You're probably right about the whole preacher thing because last week he had a biblical verse. This week he pulled straight from the Bible.
That's true. He totally pulled straight from the Bible, putting the baby on a raft.
And, the story of Moses is his sister Miriam, which is me. His sister Miriam wanted him to have a better life. So he put him in a basket and sent him down the river. And then, like, the people that were killing the babies, like, I forget, I don't know, it's been a minute since I've looked at the Bible, but
We'll have to research the exact
yeah.
verbiage
The Vulcans?
for that.
no, but like,
the Vulcan.
The higher ups, the kings, the queens, the
Borg.
the people that were going to kill,
Okay.
they actually wound up taking Moses in and giving him a better life. So
It was one of the wives that found him and kind of hid him and took him in as her own, I think.
Not only Eastbound and Down, but also the Bible.
God bless you.
We are teaching. This is a religious
Peace be
episode.
with you.
Nanu. I have no idea what that just meant. But all right, now.
But he also, he drops sends the poor baby down the river, poor little Toby, and then he goes and sees kids at a playground and has an epiphany and is like, kids say the darndest things or something, and goes back and is like, oh, Toby, and like runs and goes and saves him.
I have to say, Heather was right. He had that come to Jesus moment.
He did. Yeah, she called it last week.
I think it was subtext. You guys were going to go, of course, that's what he's saying. I'm a guy. It takes me a while to understand this stuff. But when he saw the kids playing and he said, kids say the darndest things, he was having that paternal, like,
Yeah.
See?
He had a moment.
See, this is my aha moment. You guys noticed it the second it happened. I was like, oh, he probably misses that little rat with ears. Awesome. Right on.
He's like, come here.
But it's not. It took him a minute, but he did have it. Like I said, he tried a couple times to kind of ditch this kid in different places and couldn't do it.
But what's the kid do? He just like poops and eats and cries. Like,
I like
seriously.
how he almost leaves him at April's house, and then he goes back and he's like, "Yo, dog, you gotta stay with me. I'm moving fast today."
See, it was the treasure that he didn't know just yet what it meant to have another
To be responsible for
Yeah,
something.
to be responsible for somebody. Yeah,
Right.
so he's learning, but he's trying, and I like that his brother didn't take the baby. I like that his brother said no.
I kind of
he's
felt
like, man up,
bad.
dude.
I felt bad. I was hoping they would for a hot second be like, look, okay, we'll watch the child while you look for April. They're like, nope, sorry, here you go.
Yeah, I mean,
Take
his
him in the
sister-in-law's
backpack.
like, I'm a little terrified of you having doing this, but still, you're his dad. You gotta do it.
It's kind of like when your parents kick you out of the house. Like, I guess like a lot of people say when you're 18, they kick you out or something.
Yeah.
He just happens to be pushing 40. And hey, it happens. At least it happened to Kenny now. So we'll see how that, I'm excited to see him just be Mr. Mom.
It'll be interesting.
I am too. I think that there's some potential there for him to be the kind of dad that he always wanted to have himself. So I'm hoping that we'll see a little bit of that, and I think we're already starting to see a little bit of that progression.
So you think Don Johnson will be back?
I think that would be hilarious. I would love to see Grandpa come back in and kind of flick the kid in the head. What's up?
Because he needs a nanny, and I already said that I think Stevie should be the nanny. Just
his manny.
His manny.
Yeah.
But I think Don Johnson's even better. That would be awesome. Just the things that he would teach him.
Well, and his half brother.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
not forget the half
Oh
brother.
my gosh.
Oh, the half brother that was something wrong with him a little bit. He was
I don't know.
Was
He
he
was
a little
supposed to be like
slow?
15, right?
Yeah, but
he
he
looked
looked-
like he was like 30.
Yeah, he had more of a beard than I do, and this took me like 2 weeks to grow. I put like chia pet on this, and nothing happened. But yeah, that guy was like,
Yeah, he was,
Oh
a
my
little, he was a
gosh.
little odd, that poor kid.
yeah, I don't know if I'd keep him away from. I think his name it wasn't Chewy. I was gonna say like Chewy or something.
Oh,
You know-
I can't remember.
Hey guys, if you remember him, tweet us.
Yes, tweet us if you remember the
Don Johnson.
if you remember
yeah.
the half
Kenny's
brother's
half brother.
name.
Oh
What
my
was his
gosh.
name?
Yeah, no, but all right. I love the baby. I know you guys are babies are nice.
No, I have
it.
to tell you. I mean, as much as I, in general love babies, the thing I cannot stand the most is a freaking screaming baby anywhere. Like, it drives me nuts. And they always sit behind me in planes, in restaurants, behind me at the grocery store, everywhere. Freaking screaming babies everywhere. I can't stand it.
Kelly's having a cathartic moment now. Thank you. The demon has been exorcised. Let's get back to Eastbound and Down. No, because I'm dying to talk about my plums.
Oh, gosh.
My plums.
Do love that
Some
Ashley
Ashley
Schaeffer
Schaeffer.
is back.
Oh, hell yeah. The embodiment of Ric Flair is back.
With his blonde locks, now running a new dealership. He's now with Kia instead of BMW.
Yeah, I knew he was fronting that because he was just so proud of the kid. I was like, And
Oh,
no.
The fact of the matter is during that dinner party that he was hosting for the Koreans, they didn't understand a word he was saying. So he could say, I love Kia, I hate Kia. It was all good.
They're like, Mr. Roboto. I'm sorry, I disjected him. I got too Latino on it. But okay.
You're rolling
But
those R's.
if you guys aren't watching, if you guys are not watching us, we are all olive. This is like the Cinco de Mayo edition of Eastbound and Down. Even Hank the Muscle, his last name is Guadalupe Hidalgo Sanchez Vasquez Garcia Brown Smith III.
Well, we have to have a little bit of love because, we do have a Maria.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We do have
Yes.
Maria, who we'll get to in a minute, all thugged out in her FUBU. But as
Hey,
far-
yeah, we got to get there. Maria saved the day at the end.
She
so,
did, but-
we'll get back to that.
I have to say that I did love the whole comeback with, Ashley Schaeffer. And first of all, his way of just addressing things is just classic.
Oh, you sweet talking to me when you're doing Ashley Schaeffer. It's just like it's like romance.
I like how he said, I thought you were cool with it. I'm not fine. I sell effing Kias.
You know who I love and no one talks about him is Scott, his little sidekick.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
when Kenny walked into the dealership to first rescue Stevie,
Right.
Ashley Schaeffer tells him you need to leave, all this kind of stuff. He turns Scott around to the side, pulls a gun out of his pocket. I'm like, is he humping him?
it was.
He was humping him.
He was humping him a little.
Just a little bit. He was like, with the gun, like, you need to leave.
He's proud of his plums.
I think he's a little bi-curious.
You think he's a little bit curious? Oh, wow.
I mean, hello, he was playing spoons on Stevie's nuts.
He is just very comfortable with his
Well,
sexuality.
the fact that he had Stevie dressed up as Cherry Blossom. I mean,
In a
come
kimono
on.
and white face, like,
Why are you dressed like the Toilet Club?
He was his little geisha.
oh my God. But you guys remember Scott has an arc. Scott was around in season 1.
Yeah.
And when they were talking about he had to blow the customers to buy the BMWs, and then he also had to finger bang the chicks as well, and he'd go. That was Scott.
Oh,
That's
my God. I
right.
totally forgot about that.
See, that's why when I saw him back, I was like, oh, what?
Of course you would remember Scott.
It's so
What are
funny.
you trying to say? Are you trying to say I'm like Ashley Schaeffer here? Okay.
There is a lot of finger banging going on. It's so funny because the other day, of course, we follow Shane and we follow Kenny Powers on Twitter. So Shane Dog, the real Shane Dog, tweets. He goes, "You heard of the Yin Yang Twins? Well, I got a new super group coming out for you, the Finger Banging Twins."
Wow. And where was Shane? Okay, we had Shane, but I want more Shane.
Shane will be back
Yeah.
next week.
I think Shane's gonna have a little bit.
He's going to be the other Manny.
I think he and Stevie are gonna go head to head in the next one a little bit.
See who's BFF supremacy?
Yeah, especially because I think the next episode they're supposed to focus a little bit more on the baseball. So Kenny's got to get his head in the game.
Yeah. So
So.
who's he gonna? Okay, who would he pick? Who would Kenny pick? Shane or Stevie?
Well, Shane is kind of on the same playing level as
But he's
him.
got to pick one. You got to pick one.
But you can't. They're both.
It really is that
We
kind of
can't pick
moment.
one because they're both useful in different areas.
I say Stevie.
Yeah, I think
I say
definitely.
Stevie.
This Eastbound Down trivia moment is brought to you by Massengill. Okay.
Well, no, I mean, if you
I'm sorry, your answer must be in the form of a question.
What is Massengill? Sorry. And what is Stevie?
what is Stevie? Who is Stevie? No, I think it's going to be Stevie only because he can count on Stevie to do the things like, I need you to publish my book. The fact that, now this episode, what was up with Kenny breaking into everyone's house? He broke into April's house trying to find her. I mean, if Maria didn't answer the door, he would have definitely broken into Stevie's house.
Right.
And then, of course, he breaks into Ashley Schaeffer's house.
And Toby was an accomplice. Think about it. Toby committed his first crime at one.
Yes, he did.
Breaking
Like
into
3 of
homes
them in one night.
in a backpack.
In a backpack.
Oh,
Toby.
No,
Oh,
my favorite,
Toby.
of course, is when the baby starts crying and he has the backpack on and he starts jumping up and down.
To soothe him.
Go to sleep, go to sleep. But I think he's gonna pick Stevie because, like I said, he walks into Stevie's house. Maria's there with family. Right away, they give the baby to the family and here, take care of my child. But he's got like all these piles of Kenny's book from Mexico.
That he made Stevie self-publish.
Yes.
Well, that's okay.
Poor
It's a
Stevie.
business, nothing venture, nothing gain. That's what Kenny would say.
Yeah, but poor thing. Like now he's got to work for Ashley
he's
Schaeffer,
broke.
and he's like spit shining tires.
And you notice that Stevie actually stood up to Kenny at first.
Yeah, he did.
Like,
A little bit.
Yeah, because he.
And the womanly tone.
Yes. No, but he did, and that's the first time he's really done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe Maria's.
Oh, Maria's definitely got some influence on
Yeah.
that one because
Yeah.
she was going off on him in Spanish.
Yeah, she was.
Now, the best part, I think, was Stevie in that scene became the hot chick. Because Ashley came in and they were battling over Stevie. And he said, like as most hot chicks do in the early 80s movies, because this is an homage. This episode, if you think about it, was an homage to like old 80s action, like Chuck Norris flicks.
Yeah.
Okay. He held back the girl. Go clean the car. Go be pretty. And Stevie was like, yes. Yes.
Right along now, Kenny Powers.
Yeah,
That
so-
explains the womanly tone.
Yeah.
Exactly. There we
That-
go.
Yeah, that does.
So he was the hot chick. So, okay. Honestly, we haven't even touched upon the best part of this episode.
Oh, there's a lot of good parts.
There's a lot of good parts.
Oh.
What are you thinking about?
The cannonball. I was like, talk about the dirty South and bringing it back. Not only are they playing with his balls, and now they're gonna chuck balls at him. Yeah, I have this fascination with balls every time I watch this show.
I'm letting you go.
Baseballs, cannonballs,
We have the balls hanging from
little
the back
plums.
of the truck.
Those are always, they crack me up when I see them on the road, by the way.
Not okay.
Actually, it's a little funny. Donkey balls. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, that's mine. I'm talking about my donkey balls.
But no, so oh my god, I forgot what I was gonna say.
The cannons. Okay,
yes, the cannons.
They're shooting. Okay, Ashley. It turns into not even a comedy. It's more of like an end of a bad action flick.
It reminded me of this movie that I saw not too long ago. Maybe it was a show where, they had like that kind of Spartacus kind of thing going on. And the trick was, as you saw in the episode tonight, the first guy that got hit by the cannonball, and yes, he got hit and killed, he ran straight. And so I was like, oh my God, they need to do the zigzag because that's the only way they're going to stay alive. And surely when they went up to the roll of toilet paper and the 2 stuffed animals.
The stuffed animal cut in half, I think it was.
Wow.
I was like, I hope they zigzag, because I don't want to see them die. It's only the second episode.
I think it's an homage to Hunger Games. There we go.
Oh, could have been.
There we go. I don't know. I wouldn't read that. I'm a Kenny Powers guy. I don't read. Shoot.
The Schaeffer plantation and his cannonballs.
Like like the elements that it had. Okay, you're on his plantation. He's talking to a bunch of Korean men about.
He's got Mamie serving dumplings.
And Mamie raised him.
Yes, Mamie raised him. Kenny comes out with swords, like trying to sword fight to save him. And then the little kid comes back because he heard the silent call for his dad that needed help.
Now go upstairs and wash up for father now.
Yes, you have to. I'm right after this. I have to watch it again and again because this episode had so many layers to it. Like,
yes.
Oh my God. The one thing. Okay, Cherry Blossom. He named Stevie Cherry Blossom.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to figure out like the reference. There has to be a reference to that. It has to be like an homage to like maybe like. Not blaxploitation films, but it has to be some homage to like some 70s flick with Cherry Blossom.
Well, you know what it kind of reminded me of with the sword fight and the like all of that? It reminded me of Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh,
that's what it reminded me of. You remember that Kurt Russell movie?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's it, because when he went to go save the geisha, Kim Cattrall.
That's right. I was thinking you were gonna go like Kill Bill.
No, I just thought because it just had to, like, that movie just has so many weird different things, and that's just for I don't know, whatever reason, that's just the movie that popped in my head when I saw that.
Well, there was a lot of weird things happening on that plantation.
Yes,
That's for sure.
there was.
Yeah, and then of course who comes to the rescue?
Maria.
Awesome. in the monster mobile and Shane's and remember, it wasn't to have a scratch on it.
Oh no, now it's got a
Now
giant
it's a cannon in the back.
Oh my God.
But you know what though? It was good timing because he said to Maria, now the fact that he's like, we're gonna go rescue Stevie. And he's like, he doesn't put her in the front or in the cab, extended cab. He puts her in the lawn chair.
In the bed of the truck
With
with
the
the
baby.
And he's like, don't drive the car.
Don't move. Yeah. And as she's coming to save him, he's still complaining. Didn't I tell you not to move that in the truck?
That's interesting because then that means she really knows Kenny.
Yeah.
Think about it, because Kenny's not going to admit that he's wrong. He doesn't need anyone's help except for the baby. But she knew to come rescue his butt.
Oh yeah.
She started as soon as she heard the cannonball fire.
I would have come quickly.
For sure.
Now,
But I like how she was laughing, like kind of like an evil laugh as she's like driving through this plantation over all the flowers and all that stuff.
She's liberated now that she's been smuggled across the border.
it's got to be the
In her
FUBU.
FUBU.
It's totally the FUBU. Oh my God.
It was classic. Just
What are
absolutely
you
classic.
wearing? FUBU, that's for them, by them.
Thank you. I was waiting for someone to recant that line. Oh my God. No, but where was April?
Nowhere
was
to
it?
be
Nowhere to be
found.
found.
I like how he went into how Kenny goes to her office and just like starts dumping her desk over. And you know, her boss is like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm searching for April. What is she going to be in the drawer?"
But I like how he kind of looks like a little kid that got caught. He turns around, looking for April. But he has like this funny expression on his face.
Walks into the office looking for April Buchanan, big tits.
And the lady at it's like, "Excuse me?"
Wow.
Never mind, I see the photo of the child that we share.
No.
His dialogue was the best this episode with all his proper talk.
Oh, yeah.
When he's leaving April messages, please give me a call back on my cellular telephone device.
See, it's all seeping out. I'm telling you, it's a new Kenny.
I like it.
He's seeing the light.
He's speaking proper. He's
Trying.
he changed the baby's diaper, albeit
Trying.
the baby
tried.
probably chafed a
He
little
tried
bit.
to feed him lettuce, but he tried.
And pizza.
And pizza. And Pepsi. Don't
Oh, the
forget
Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I think the grossest part was when they like put the kid in the cab. The kid throws up, and the
And then he
kid
starts eating his throw up.
Yeah, it was gross.
Thank you, Phil.
Very gross.
Don't eat it. Leave the throw up on the shirt.
Yes, you might need it later. You never know.
Flavor saver.
Yeah, 3 food groups. What? He doesn't know it's Kenny Powers.
Well, I mean, no, I was gonna get gross.
What? It's
Well, no, you figure he gave it to him as pizza with Pepsi, and now it's in baby food form.
there. You go. See, wow, I think you and
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Kenny are a lot more alike than I thought.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I told you I love me some Kenny Powers. We have a connection.
Dude, I'm growing the beard just for him, just because I thought, it might get your attention. So.
Actually, I was thinking of you earlier today. I was like, I wonder how his mullet's coming along.
Oh, my spamullet, and I cut it.
You did?
How
Yes.
dare you?
I don't. The spamullet, it's like pubic hair on the top of one's head. It's really
I
bad.
mean, I have
no.
to like glue my weave in the back of your head.
Okay. So next, okay. You give me an idea. So maybe next week we dress up as our favorite Eastbound and Down character.
We should. Well, hopefully next week we'll have a surprise guest with us. I was
Ooh. Is
hanging
that a-
out with somebody from last season that checked out our little AfterBuzz recap and wants to come and hang out with us.
Ooh.
So I'm hoping that it all works out.
So there we go. We had a little tease. So make sure to tune in next week and check us out for the return of one of the characters from season 2, possibly. But before that, we're going to take a little break and come back with a little gossip. Stay tuned.
AfterBuzz TV. Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV. AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
Is this like country gossip?
No. This is my new favorite song, and I figure it's very much in tune with Kenny Powers.
Oh, yeah.
I think it is.
But watch, just keep listening.
Let me down. Regina looks and smells as pretty as she sounds. I love Regina. I love Regina. I love Regina. Saskatchewan. I love Regina.
This is something that we've been playing at Shaboom.
Oh, yeah. Family Bar Barbecue.
That's
Toby's second birthday.
That's my new phone ringer, y'all. Oh, hell yeah.
I love it.
Now to the serious. Let's get to a little bit of gossip, because even though, okay, today had to be the greatest day in American entertainment history. We had the Oscars.
Yes.
We had the NBA All-Star Game.
Yes.
Daytona 500, which got postponed. But all that pales to Chapter 15 of Eastbound and Down. But give us a rundown of what happened today.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So one of the funniest things that I heard today was about the red carpet. And Sacha Baron Cohen went onto the red carpet dressed as the dictator for his new movie that he's got coming out. And he was actually carrying an urn with the
ashes of Kim Jong-il.
Anyhow, he went, as he was doing his interviews, he went and kind of poured it all on poor Ryan Seacrest in the middle of his red carpet spiel. Wow. Well, I have to give Ryan Seacrest one props for having a good sense of humor. He says on Twitter a little while ago, he goes, a lot of people are hitting up the after parties tonight. Me, I'm hosting a pancake breakfast tomorrow.
Nice.
Apparently what was inside of the urn was
Bisquick.
Yes. So poor Ryan Seacrest. But, good sense of humor, because I would have been a little PO'd to be like, dude, my outfit?
And you could tell, I mean, it took a lot for him. I mean, I watched it happen, and it took a lot for him to kind of compose his facial expressions, which, he's a pro. You got to give it to him.
Yep.
Good for
There we
him.
go. So no matter what, even though there were awards given, that's probably going to be the biggest story from the Oscars.
Oh, I'm sure. It was already, he was trending on Twitter with that like 5 minutes after it happened. It was pretty awesome.
Nice.
What was
That is Kenny Powers gossip right there.
Yeah,
Bisquick,
exactly.
Dictator, Ryan Seacrest.
Well, it would have been amazing if the dictator and Kenny Powers could have met. I think that would have been legendary.
Oh my God! If Danny McBride goes onto the red carpet as Kenny Powers, I think I would just
I think
die.
it would like we need to figure out a way to put that in
We
somebody's
need to get
ear.
Miriam with him. Yeah, seriously, we got to make that happen for you. We will
Danny
make that.
McBride, me, you, Kenny Powers, banger, banger.
Because that's how we roll over here.
I hope you guys are watching that because, yeah, she just recreated scene 1 from last week's episode about the finger banging guys.
I'm so blushing about it too. That's the funniest part. But Kenny Powers, you make me blush.
Miriam, you're a pro. That's why. You're fine. You can handle it. And that's it for our weekly gossip.
Yes.
Okay, guys,
Yes.
what are we expecting next week? Predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Kelly.
I would like to see Stevie and Shane go toe to toe. That's what I want to see.
I saw that Matthew McConaughey is coming next week. I'm a happy girl. That's all I'm going to say. I think that next week's going to be a lot of ball playing, and I think that there's going to be a lot of shared responsibility between Shane and Stevie. So because he's going to be playing a lot of ball. Back to the balls, man.
I caught it the first time I was waiting. I was like,
Back to the balls. I like me balls. So no, I think what's going to wind up happening.
I like how he's really quick on the balls.
Yeah.
Doesn't really get the aha moments, but he's quick with the balls.
No, I'm going to be nice.
let's finish this up. I'm a little bit
Plums.
more.
So okay, he likes his plums. So no, I think what's gonna happen is while Kenny's playing ball, Stevie's gonna have to babysit because Shane's busy. He's his catcher, pitcher and catcher, whole thing going on there.
You're not letting it go.
No, I'm not letting it go, and I think that we're gonna see Kenny kind of start developing these fatherly intuition things.
Cow.
I know.
All right.
He's gonna become
This
a little
isn't
sexier.
Oprah. God. All right, I got one for you.
Okay.
That new pitcher. There's a new pitcher that's going to be playing with the Merman.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to be hooking up with April. Oh, now
That's
that's
my aha moment.
There's a little
That
prediction
is.
for you because
Wow.
he's like Kenny but better. And he even said there was a line. He's like, "You're a washed up old man," or
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like Ivan Drago in Rocky IV. He's calling him out. So he's gonna be banging April. And Kenny is gonna samurai sword him. It's gonna teach him to man up, save his wife and his child. At the very end, become a preacher. The end.
You said wife, so you think they're gonna get married?
Ooh,
Whoa!
that was a slip.
Somebody made a little oopsie.
Freudian slip, if I knew
Yeah.
what Freudian meant. All right, guys. Now, Miriam, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Miriam L. Gonzalez.
And of course, my lovely Kellie O. Where can they find you?
Kellie O79 on Twitter. Kelly with an IE.
And I, once again, am the Everyday Man at Twitter. And you can find all of us at AfterBuzz TV. We'll see you next time.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.